I have here motor starter that I always have a problem with my overload relay that has always tripped. Do you know how to check overload relay? This is the overload relay, and to check the overload relay using the multimeter, switch to ohms. The 95 and 96 should be closed and the 97 and 98 should be open. If the 95 and 96 is open, and even though you are going to reset, so that means we have a problem with overload relay and need to be replaced. How to tell if your motor has been overloaded? The primary symptoms of motor overload are excessive current draw, insufficient torque, and overheating. Here are few ways to spot overload in your electric motor. Smell. The motor may smell hot or burnt during after operation. Listen. Your motor may be louder and have additional vibration as the shaft works harder to the load. Temperature. The motor temperature will increase above the usual baseline temperature. Motor won't start. If you already have overload measures in place, you'll find that your motor will no longer start because of a tripped circuit breaker or a blown fuse. Question number 1. We have electrical motor control starter with local and remote start. How they are connected and can you draw them? This is the wiring of motor starter with remote stop and start, and the stop, they are connected in series, and the start, they are connected in parallel, and this is the wiring diagram. Our topic for today is electrical interview. This topic is very useful for us. Common industrial distribution system. We have 120 240 volt single phase, line 1 black, line 2 red, and neutral white. Please see the reference fixtures at the side. And we have also 120 240 volts 3-phase 4-wire system, delta high leg. The next one is a 120 28 volts 3-phase 4-wire system, white connected. The line 1 or A is black, line 2 is red, line 3 is blue, and neutral is white. And the most common for industrial 277 480 volts 3-phase 4-wire system is brown, orange, yellow. The brown is line 1, the orange is line 2, and the yellow is line 3, and our neutral is gray or green with yellow. The next one is electrical formula for calculating amperes, horsepower, and kilowatt. We have an example here, how to find the value of current. Look at it, just pause the video. And to find the current with known kilowatts. And to find the value of kilovolt amperes, this is for the single phase. And this one is for 3-phase. The only difference for single phase and for 3-phase is square root of. And the next one is direct current. So if you are dealing with direct current, you can also watch this one. And we have here the continuation of single phase when you are going to look for amperes and when watts, volts, and power factor are known. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe and share the video. Thank you. How do you protect yourself from electrical accidents or injuries? Sample answer. I protect myself by putting safety first. I will use proper tools for the job and protective gear to prevent accident and injury. I've heard about people on the job who lose the respect for electrical power, which is a bad idea. What does a fuse or circuit breaker do? What are the difference between the two? Sample answer. Fuses and circuit breakers are designed to protect the circuit when the current flow exceeded safe levels. Fuses contain a narrow strip of metal which is designed to break when the current exceeds its rated value and interrupt the power to the circuit. Circuit breaker is designed to protect a circuit from overloading or short circuits and can be reset after bimetallic element cool down. How important are safety regulation and following safety guidelines to you while on the job? Sample answer. Safety and customer satisfaction is my priority. I try to follow the guidelines of the company policy and review them. Additionally, I always make sure to conduct myself in a safe manner while performing my electrical apprentice job, either in residential or commercial job site. You notice some dangerous exposed wires. What do you do? Sample answer. First, you need to inform the affected areas that you are going to turn off the circuit breaker because there is exposed electrical wiring. This will allow you to work safely without hazard of electrical shock. It is important when conducting any electrical wiring to turn off electrical circuit before you touch anything. Technical question. What is OSHA? The OSHA means Occupational Safety and Health Administrations, a large regulatory agency of the United States, require employers to keep their work environment safe for workers. What is meant by IEC and NEMA? The International Electrotechnical Commission, IEC, and the National Electrical Manufacturers Associations, or NEMA, are the international and American bodies, respectively, governing the standard for design, production, and distribution of electrical, electronics, and rated technologies, collectively referred to as electrotechnical products. Technical question. How do you change the direction of the motor? In a three-phase induction motor, reversing any two of the three wires will change the rotation direction. What does 14-2 means? Sample answer. 14-2 means 14 gates, 2 insulated current carrying wires, plus bare ground. The 2 wires usually has a black, white, and bare ground wire. Can you draw a schematic diagram of forward and reverse motor starter? This is an example of forward reverse motor starter, and this is a control circuit. And this is the power circuit of forward reverse. Can you draw a schematic diagram of a three-way switch? We have here example of a three-way switch ground wire. What is the difference between relay and contactor? The difference between relay and contactor is that a relay is used to control a circuit, while a contactor can be used to control and switching a circuit. And the main purpose of magnetic contactor is used for switching electric motors that draws high electric current. Describe or explain a time when someone got hurt. What did you do? Sample answer. We are working on a ceiling to install some lights in one of our company projects. And accidentally, one of our co-workers got electrical shock and fell down the floor and broke his right leg. I quickly got the first aid kit and called 911 and our managers for assistance. Do you have a co-worker that always annoyed you? How do you handle it? Sample answer. Personally, if I have a co-worker that continually annoyed me, I will find some common ground or interest for us to work with. And you should stay out of arguments that would cause a negative impact on your job. And if you cannot handle the situations, address the issue to your supervisor or manager. What does PPE stands for? And can you give me an example? Answer. PPE stands for Personal Protective Equipment. It's protective clothing, helmets, goggles, and other equipments designed to protect human body from injury or infection. What would you do if you saw an employee violating a safety rule? Sample answer number 1. When you see a coworker breaking safety procedure or otherwise acting unsafely, Talk to the person in private. Approach your coworker with kindness and understanding that he or she maintains a safe working practice. Number 2, notify your supervisor. If your coworker refuses to listen you and still doing unsafe practices, talk with your supervisor, share the details such as offender dates, times, and incidents. Technical questions. If a DC motor is connected across an AC source, what will happen? Answers. Direct current flow is obstructed only by resistance, while AC current is obstructed by both resistance and inductive reactance. Therefore, when a DC motor is connected across an AC source, the current on AC will be less than the DC. The motor would run, but it would not carry the same load, and it will spark on the process. Explain the RLC circuit. Answer. RLC circuit, the most fundamental elements like resistor, inductor, and capacitor. This circuit is connected to an AC source. Then it continuously charges across the capacitor and discharges across the inductor. So to make the circuit stable, we use a resistor in the circuit to make the circuit. All of these elements are linear and passive in nature. What is motor generator set? Answer. A motor generator set is generator is driven with both devices mounted on the same plate or base. Sometimes DC motor is driving an alternator or AC motor driving a DC generator. Can you explain the difference between direct and alternating current? Answer. In alternating current, the voltage oscillates between a negative peak and a positive peak, technically known as crest and trough. The voltage of the system is rated by either the peak value or the RMS value. In a DC supply, the current is unidirectional and the voltage is fixed. It has only one positive and one negative terminal, like your car's battery, 12 volts. What is the difference between primary and secondary cell? Answer. Primary cell is a cell that produces electric current from an electromechanical reaction, but is not capable of being recharged. While the secondary cell is a rechargeable electrical cell that converts chemical energy into electrical energy by a reversible chemical reaction, also called storage cell. What is voltage drop? Answer. Voltage drop or potential drop is the decrease of electrical potentials along the path of a current flowing in an electrical circuit. Occurs when the voltage at the end of the run of cable is lower than at the beginning. Eddy currents means current induced in the interior of the conducting masses by variations of magnetic flux. What is open and short circuit? Answer. An open circuit is a break in the circuit or not having a complete path for the flow of electric current, while short circuit is an accidental connections of negligible resistance joining two wires of different polarity of a circuit through which nearly all the current will flow. How many cells are there in a 12 volts car battery and how they are connected? There are 6 cells in a car battery and they are connected in series. And each cell is 2 volts. If battery is connected in series, just add them, equals 12 volts. What is half-wave and full-wave rectifier? Answer. In half-wave rectifier, it passes only one half of an AC wave. And the full-wave rectifier passes both half of the AC waves. Will you be available to work overtime, shift change, swing shift, or grave shift? What is the frequency of a 4-pole alternator driven at 50 Hz? Answer. Ns equals 120 F over P. F stands for frequency. P stands for number of poles. Ns stands for synchronous speed. Ns equals 120 times 50 Hz over 4 equals 1500 RPM.